Hey guys, what's going on? I got some crazy breaking news today that I just wanted to talk about. I'm still processing this. It did happen earlier today. I'm talking about Charlie Kirk, the right-wing political commentator, was doing an event at Utah Valley State or some college or university in Utah and was shot in the neck and then subsequently did die from his injuries. Today is a dark day in America for freedom of speech and democracy. Um, just a horrible tragedy. Charlie Kirk, whatever you thought about him politically, whether you agreed with him, disagreed with him, he had two young children. He was married. He had a family. And they don't get to see him anymore because someone decided to, take justice or whatever into their own hands. There is no suspect in custody as of this moment, so there is no motive as of the time I'm making this video. Most people online and myself have kind of just seems like most people have just come to the conclusion that this was politically motivated, and that would seem to be the most likely motive, considering that he was he was at a political doing like a political tour of his. I don't know if it's technically right to call it a rally or whatever, but the nature of who he is, he's a right-wing political commentator, and what he does and what he was doing, I feel like it's safe to assume that this was in some way politically motivated, but just a terrible tragedy. The way you go about uh, engaging with someone that you disagree with on politics, violence is never the answer. And if you're willing to resort to violence, in my opinion, it shows that you're not a serious political person, or you don't really have serious beliefs, and you're not willing to, step back and analyze them and objectively look at your own, opinions. If you're so convinced that you're right when you hear someone contradict something that you believe in, you think, oh, I have to, silence them. I need to kill them, so they can't go around making these points. Again, I'm just speculating. We don't have a motive yet or a person in custody. So, I hope they catch the perpetrator. But yeah, violence for a political reason is terrorism. Politics that is motivated by fear and anger, and a bunch of negative emotions, I feel like in the long run never works or pans out. Really, I'm just kind of at a loss. I'm shocked that Charlie Kirk was assassinated. We live in a polarizing time and climate, and to say that shootings are uncommon in America today is definitely wrong. But still, this is just a shock. And personally, me and Charlie Kirk, I'm pretty sure we would not have agreed or did not agree on a majority of issues. But still, again, like I said, you debate, you talk it out, you hash it out. That's what you do in a civilized society, and then you let the people listening in on the conversation come to their own conclusion who is correct. You don't go out and kill someone that you disagree with politically, and then you make the choice for all these other people. And then, I mean, you take away, you know, this person's life, you know, like putting all of the politics aside. Two young children, don't have a father. You know, his wife is now a widow. You know, he had a family. You know, they never get to see him again. Like, you know, he is dead. So, crazy, insane. You know, this is nuts. But yeah, I guess just to summarize everything that I'm thinking, feeling right now, violence for a political purpose is never the answer. This is absolutely insane. And I mean, I guess I'll just say, you know, I've seen people on both sides of the political aisle trying to weaponize this event already for their own political gain or whatever. And I guess that is to be expected. I mean, again, this guy was in politics, talking about politics or whatever. But I don't know. To me, it just shows how quickly, you know, the morality and the humanity was just kind of sucked out of this. I mean, you know, yeah, I mean, there is video circulating online of his assassination, and I mean, it's terribly sad to watch. It's horrible, and it was just a terrible tragedy. And I mean, Charlie was supposed to debate Hassan Piker within a couple weeks. I enjoyed him debating Kyle Kalinske. I remember watching that back when I was in high school. That was a while ago now. That was like 2018 or something. Again, I didn't agree with Charlie on politics, but I could appreciate his ability as a debater and his rhetoric or charisma. I can respect that, even if I didn't agree with, you know, the direction he wanted to take the country or what he, you know, believed in. But yeah, I cannot believe that I'm making this video or that this happened. This is insanity. This is pretty nuts. But yeah, rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I cannot believe those words are coming out of my mouth. That's pretty nuts. But this is America, 2025. This is the United States. All right. Well, I guess I'll leave it with this. You know, me and the conservative movement in America, we probably don't agree on a lot of issues. There are definitely some issues where I feel like we would agree. You know, freedom of speech, hypothetically, maybe, hopefully. But if there's one thing I know we can hopefully agree on, it's that we love America. I love America, and that got to me where I, you know, am politically, because I want the United States to be the best version of itself or whatever, and the best it can be. You know, again, I never met Charlie Kirk. Did I listen to his show? No. Did I see him debate people that I was more inclined to agree with politically? Yes. So do I know a lot or really like anything about the guy? No. I honestly don't know anything about him other than what I've learned about him today, and that I just knew about him being a right-wing political host or whatever. But if I know there's one thing that we could agree on, it's that we both loved America and wanted what was best for America. Maybe we had different ideas on how to get there, you know, but I can still respect that if that's genuinely what he believed was the best for America, then okay, we can talk it out and debate it. You know, that's how it was supposed to go. This guy was supposed to still be going around the country, you know, doing his political stuff or whatever, but not anymore because someone else decided that they were going to take away his right to life or, you know, assassinate him. Just morally abhorrent, wrong, terrible. Whether you agree with someone or disagree with someone, everyone should have the right to speak their mind and say what they believe, whether you agree with it or not. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there. Rest in peace, Charlie. Have a good one.